in the lovely town of Pictou, Nova Scotia. My name is Michael Petter. This is AO Live, produced by Petter Sports and Streaming. And this afternoon we have for you the first of a doubleheader weekend between the visiting Western Flames and the hometown Northern Subway Selects in Maritime Major Female Hockey League action. Before we go any further in our pregame, we must take a moment to once again acknowledge that the Hector Arena, the town of Pictou, and the entire region covered by the Maritime Major Hockey League, Female Hockey League, which includes all of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island, all lies within the ancestral and unceded territory of Mi'kmaq. As we look at this game, this is a big game for both of these teams as they are looking to try and solidify their positions as the number one seeds in their respective provinces as we get closer towards the start of playoff action, which will be coming up in a little less than a month and a half. As I'm just going to do a quick adjustment here on the clock cam just to give it a little bit more. There we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. As we get ready for this game, like I said, both of these teams, points-wise, the Western Flames are technically not in first in their division, or their province. However, because of games in hand, they do have a slightly better percentage than the team that has the most points in New Brunswick, which is the Edza East Moncton Rockets. The Western Flames come into this game with a record of 8 wins, 10 losses, and 5 games that were either ties or overtime losses, giving them 21 points, which is a .457 winning percentage. That has them 6th overall in the 9-team Maritime Major Female Hockey League, but first for winning percentage amongst the teams out of New Brunswick. And that is important because when we get to the end of the regular season, playoff scheduling and matchups and whatnot are determined by province. So the Flames right now, like I say, they are points-wise, they are behind the Moncton Rockets, but because of games in hand, they are actually technically a better winning percentage than the Rockets at this point. For the Selects, they still have aspirations to possibly finish first overall in the league and win the league championship yet again, which is something they have done quite regularly over the last several years. However, the primary focus for the Selects is to make sure they've got the number one seed in Nova Scotia so that they can take that seed and carry it through into getting into the Atlantic Championships through the front door. The Selects already know that they'll be in the Atlantic Championships no matter what as the host team, but they want to go in through the front door. They want to earn their way into that tournament that'll be held at the Pictou County Wellness Center in early April to try and earn themselves a spot to go to the beautiful town, the border town of Lloydminster, Alberta/Saskatchewan, which is where the Esso Cup is being held this year in later April. Selects right now with a record of 15 wins, 4 losses, and 4 ties, which gives them 34 points. Let me double check that to make sure I got that right. Yes, 34 points, which gives them a total winning percentage of .739, which has them behind the Down East Auto Parts Stars for overall in the league, but it does have them in that number one seed when it comes to teams that are based in Nova Scotia out of the 4 teams that are the Nova Scotia-based teams amongst this league. It's the 3rd meeting of the season between these two teams. Tomorrow will be the 4th and final regular season meeting until and unless they meet at the Atlantics. Selects with a pair of wins over the Flames already. Both of those games happen to be at the showcase weekends that were held for this league. One down in the Halifax area, one held in the Moncton area. Both of these games actually were 1-goal games for the Selects as well. They won 2-1 against the Flames, and it was a Flames home game at the St. Mary's University campus. Selects winning that one by a score of 2-1 back in September. And then in mid-December, so about 3 weeks ago, the Selects with a 1-0 victory in that game that was held in Moncton. And again, that was another showcase weekend. It was also considered a home game for the Western Flames. So the Selects will not be making a trip to Western New Brunswick this year. Just the way the schedule worked out, both of the meetings for these teams that were Western Flames home games were both held in those neutral site facilities. Looking at some of the other stats for these teams coming into this game, Selects the most potent offense in the entire Maritime Major Female Hockey League, as they are scoring just a hair under 4 goals a game. They have the third best defense, which is something that the Selects in past years have regularly been the number one team in the league defensively, giving up the fewest goals. This year, they're still very, very good, giving up less than 2 goals a game, but their 1.87 actually has them at third in goals given up so far this season. For the Flames, scoring has been a bit of a struggle for this team. They have scored less than 2 goals a game, 1.83 if we're getting really precise about it, which puts them 7th out of the 9 teams in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. Defensively, they're right at the middle of the pack, giving up just over 2.5 goals per game, which has them 5th overall in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. One key note for this game, the Flames are a little bit short-handed coming on this trip. Some of the players out of the lineup for today's game and presumably for tomorrow, although I don't have 100% confirmation of that. So Lane Bernard is out of the lineup today. Let's see who else. Claire Boursier is also out of the lineup today. Her jersey, actually Claire Boursier was an AP call-up. Maggie McLaughlin, who usually wears 8, will be wearing 14 for today's game. Let's see. And actually, they just have a relatively smaller roster now that I look at it a little more closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they just have 14 regular skaters in their lineup. And today they are playing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they're actually only missing 1 player. But it is still a much shorter bench than the Selects have. Selects are also coming into this game a little bit short-handed, as they have a 1 player out of their lineup as well. That's Kate Morrow, not in the lineup for today's game. They are also missing one of their 2 goaltenders, Madeline Kerr, out of the lineup for today. Kerr is being replaced by Lydia Mason, who will be the backup goaltender for this game. Amy Field gets the start for the Selects. We know that prior to the Christmas break, Kate Morrow had missed several games, and it looks like she's going to be out a little bit longer. They were thinking they might have her back for the post-Christmas part of the season, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit longer for Kate Morrow. Obviously, we send our best wishes to her, hope for her to be able to be back in the lineup relatively soon. We mentioned that Amy Field gets the start for the Selects. She comes in with a record of 8 wins and 4 losses, a 1.74 goals against average, a .936 save percentage, 3 of her wins coming by way of a shutout. At the other end of the ice, it's going to be Riley Partington getting the start. She comes in with a record of 3 and 6, a very good 2.02 goals against average, and a very impressive save percentage as well, .937. The save percentage for Riley Partington. That takes all of our pregame pomp, circumstance, and analysis, and now we are underway here at the Hector Arena in Pictou. Off of the draw, the puck gets to the Flames line, not into the zone, however, as we get a bit of a jam up right at the line. The starting forward line for the Selects of Beaton, McLean, and Boyle. Beaton, McLean, and Glenn, with Boyle and Grinton on the defense. For the Flames, it is McLaughlin out there to start things off with her defense partner is Daig, and the forward line starting things off is Lawrence with, didn't catch the numbers of the other 2, although they're heading off for a change anyway. I see now that it was Folks and White who were the other 2 on that line, and Both teams making changes here, just 29 seconds into the game. The puck is played over to McIntyre. She'll dump it down into the Flame zone. Going back to get it, there is Guavin. And if I'm mispronouncing any names, I do apologize in advance. There's a shot, and it's just steered aside by Partington. It looked like she might not have seen that one coming all the way in, but she was able to react to it and make the save. Now at the far wall, McHattie leaves it for Emerson McDonald. McDonald trying to get it through to MacArthur. That doesn't connect. And now picking up in center ice is McIntyre. Lexi McIntyre, daughter of former AHL player Dave McIntyre, coming in, gets a shot off. That goes off the foot of the defender Feltmate and over to the far wall where the Flames were able to work their way out to center, and Cook will get it down the ice. I should mention that's Gracelyn Cook, spelled K-O-C-H, the captain of the team, as opposed to Kate Cook, spelled C-O-O-K. And we will try and make sure that we continue to keep those two properly differentiated throughout the course of the game, make sure the right player gets credit for the right activities. And wouldn't you know it, Cook came on the ice when Cook went off the ice. Go figure. C-O-O-K going on when K-O-C-H came off on a change. 1:45 gone here in the first period. Battle along the near side boards. And if it's your first time watching a game here from the Hector Arena, you'll notice that some of our camera angles on the near side, not exactly the greatest sight lines. This building celebrated its 50th anniversary last year. So obviously when it was built, online streaming wasn't really a thing. So the broadcast position, and again, I say this every home game for the Selects, and I'm going to say it again until probably every game until I retire. Got to give a huge shout out to Ronnie Clark and his staff here at the Hector for putting in this broadcast position that we've got. They did a fantastic job to create it for us. There's netting all the way around the arena, but here in our broadcast position, they cut out a big hole in the netting and put in a piece of plexiglass so we're still safe. But we don't have the netting right in front of us to mess up our sightlines. Here comes Hallie Rose McLean, the leading scorer for the Selects, working her way down the left wing side. She couldn't get a shot through as she fanned on the puck slightly. Now Feltmate will bring it up the other way, gets the pass ahead. That misses her intended target of Polchis. And taking it now is McIntyre. McIntyre turns and starts to work her way up the ice. She'll play it off the boards for McHattie. McHattie in across the blue line, trying to get the puck in deep. It gets knocked down there by a Flames defender and sent forward. Pass ahead for Lawrence. Here comes Lawrence in across the blue line. Lawrence trying to get a step on Fit, but Fit on the back check. Doing a great job to create the turnover. Tries to circle to create some space. Play the puck ahead, intended for MacArthur. MacArthur able to get it up and out to center. And here comes Emerson McDonald. She'll dump it down. Out of her net to play it is Partington. She sends it back into the near side corner. Emerson McDonald there to pick it up. She gets taken off of the puck and is picked up by the Captain Cook. Captain Cook, that was a famous explorer from several years ago, what? Captain Cook? Yeah, that's right, yeah. All right, sorry, don't mind me. My brain just sometimes goes on vacation without me. I try to bring it home, but sometimes it just refuses. Go figure. Puck comes out to center. Tanner going to send it right back in again. Picked up there by Cook. Again, that's Gracelyn Cook, the captain. Cook plays it around the boards, down below the goal line. Going after it there is Wadden. Wadden tried to get it towards the front of the net, but it's intercepted. And now trying to work herself free is Murray. And the Selects are able to get the puck out to center, picked up there by McLaughlin. McLaughlin works it ahead, intended for Wadden. That pass doesn't quite connect. Now it'll get to the Select blue line, and Tanner is there. She tries to send it ahead, but Polchis will put it back in deep, and Jean will take it behind her own net. Now stops, changes direction, plays it into the near side corner. And a lead pass up ahead there for Vint. Vint gains the red line, dumps the puck in, and the Selects will make a full five-person change. As we're nearing 5 minutes gone in the first period, we still haven't had our first stoppage in play yet. Puck cleared all the way down the ice. Going in after it there is Folks. Folks able to get it out for Johnstone. But now it's turned over to the Selects and working forward. Lead pass there, and Hallie Rose McLean was able to get a stick on the puck, but was not able to maintain control. If she'd been able to take that cleanly, she would have had a breakaway coming in. Now the Flames out from behind their own net. That is Johnstone moving the puck forward. Turnover created in center ice by Hallie Rose McLean. McLean has it poked off her stick by Cook, that being Kate Cook. And it's now sent down into the Flame zone Back to get it once again is Daig. Daig plays it ahead for Folks. Folks for Cook. Cook gets a stick on it to negate icing, and then it goes the rest of the way down the ice field out of her net to settle it there for Fitt. Fitt out from behind her net. Plays it ahead for McCaddy. McCaddy across to the near side to McIntyre, and Lexi McIntyre will carry across the line, working up the left side, fires a shot, and Partington gloves it down and hangs on for the first stoppage of the game after 5 minutes and 48 seconds of playing time. We keep up this pace, and if my wife is watching, I'm going to be home early if this pace keeps up. One stoppage, and we played over a quarter of the first period. All the way around the boards, Polchis gets tied up there by Fitt. Now Polchis is able to get the puck up head for Lawrence. Lawrence coming in one-on-one, working against McIntyre. Lawrence trying to find some help. Looks to try to get the puck to the net. It goes off of the leg of McIntyre and over the glass. Now to play. We'll get a stoppage. And we'll take advantage of this opportunity to let you know that we do try to be interactive when Petter Sports and Streaming is producing on AO Live. You can reach us one of three ways. Get us through that app known as X. Go to x.com and search for Petter, P-E-T-T-E-R, as in my last name, Michael Petter, PC_sports. That's P-E-T-T-E-R, PC_sports. You can also reach us through Facebook. Go to facebook.com and look for Petter Sports and Streaming, where the and is an ampersand. Or you can also get us, and I'll give you the rest of that third way to get us after this scramble in front of the net where Partington finally finds the puck and covers it up. The third way to reach us, go to mjahlnetwork.proboards.com. That's mjahlnetwork.proboards.com. Go to the section marked All Other Levels of Hockey and look for the post that is marked MMFHL Stream, Western New Brunswick at Northern Nova Scotia, January 4th and 5th. And you can share your thoughts there by becoming a member of the MJAHL network. I know that board is primarily for Junior A hockey, but I post there on all of the hockey that I cover. So as the puck rolls in onto Partington, she'll cover it up again. And I want to thank everybody who has interacted with us in our broadcasts over the years. It is very much appreciated. I absolutely love what I do here, and consider myself so lucky that on a weekly basis that I get to come to the rinks and call these games for all of these wonderful athletes. Here's Ailey Glenn with the puck, getting it out in front. Beaton couldn't quite get a stick on it. It gets to the point. There's a shot taken by Boyle, and the save made by Partington yet again, and we'll get a stoppage. 6:55 gone here, or 6:54, gone here in the first period. 5-0 right now. The shots on goal in favor of the Northern Subway Selects over the Western Flames. Third meeting of the season between these two teams again, as we mentioned. Both of the previous meetings were one-goal games, and both were very low-scoring affairs. There's a chance for MacArthur. Anna MacArthur with a couple of nifty moves to get into a good shooting position. But then Riley Partington up square and tall to make the save and hold on for another face-off. Don't forget, while this game is going on, there's another U18 female hockey team playing a game in Finland, and we will keep you up to date on that one as that game goes on. Not right away. We'll wait a little bit before we give you our first scoreboard update on that. And there's also other games in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League today. We'll update you on those as our game goes on as well. Puck goes down into the corner. McIntyre going after it. She'll get there just ahead of, that was Feltmate that she was battling with. Played around to the far side. Now sent back around to the near boards, and Feltmate will be the first one to that. She'll play it ahead. Puck is knocked down by MacArthur. MacArthur trying to get away to get into a shooting position. She can't. Puck comes to the line for McIntyre. Down to MacArthur. Try to get the pass through to Fitt, but that was broken up. And now out come the Flames. Polches with the puck. She'll throw it right in onto Field. And Field covers up and hangs on. 11:59 left to go here in the first period. And we'll give you a quick look at what else is going on in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League today, as 8 of the 9 teams are in action today. We've got the other 3 games are already in progress as well. The Cape Breton Lynx lead the Greenfoot Capitals by a score of 3-0. The Moncton Rockets lead the Western Wolves of Western Prince Edward Island by a score of 5-3, and the Lindsay Surge over the Fundy Kraken by a score of 1-0. The one team that is not in action today, the Down East Auto Parts Stars of Eastern PEI, have this weekend off when it comes to league play. There's Lawrence with a shot, or at least they have today off. I haven't looked to see if tomorrow's schedule. There's a little bit of a bump there between Tanner and trying to get the number of the player. It was White. There's a couple of players on the Flames who don't have numbers on their sleeves, so I'll have to try and keep track of which ones those are so that I can recognize them a little more easily. Puck goes back down into the Flame zone. Back to get it is Guavin. Guavin plays it ahead. That bounces right through the defender, Grinton, and all the way back down deep into the select zone as we near the midway point of the first period. Still about 45 seconds to go to get to that midway point, but hey, we're a lot closer than we were. Now, brain left body for a moment. McLean lost her footing as she tried to go in after the puck. We did get a shot away, and the save made again by Riley Partington. Partington, 8 saves already here in the first 9 minutes and 32 seconds, which means she's on pace to face roughly 52 to 53 shots. Not quite that much, on pace to face about 49 shots in today's game, if that pace holds up all the way through for the rest of the afternoon. Again, this is the first of a 2-game set this weekend between these two teams. They'll meet again tomorrow at 12 noon. We'll have that one for you here on the exact same website that you're on now. There's a chance in front, and looking for the deflection, was beaten, but she couldn't quite get a stick on it. Now bringing it to the front of the net, Murray. She turned and tried to fire a shot, but that doesn't end up coming through. That was Glenn. My apologies. That was not 8, not 9. Now a battle right in front of the Western Flames bench. That'll get down into the select zone. Rolls all the way to Amy Fields. She settles it aside easily there for Grinton. Grinton takes it out from behind the net. Tries to make a pass ahead. That's knocked down by Gracelyn Cook. Cook looking to get it to the front of the net. It's deflected away. And Kate Cook at the line, working with Feltmate, keeps it in. They get it down to Folks. Folks with a shot. And Field makes the save and hangs on for a face-off. 9:40 left to go here in the first period. That other U18 female game that we talked about involving a Canadian team playing in Finland. It is the first day of the World Women's U18 Championships. And Canada, the defending champions, if memory serves, lead Slovakia 4-2 right now in the third period. And we'll keep an eye on that one. Obviously, whether you're a fan of the Flames or a fan of the Selects, I think we can all agree that we're cheering for Team Canada in this one as they take on Slovakia in the opening game of that tournament. Here's McIntyre with the puck. She'll carry it in across the line. McIntyre gets the backhander away. It looked like it was probably going to go wide, but Partington covers it up anyway and hangs on for a face-off. 9:16 left to go. So after we play the first 5 minutes and 48 seconds without a stoppage, the pace since then has slowed down a little bit as many more stoppages in play in the last few minutes than we had in that opening set. Johnstone with the puck. She looks to bring it to the near side corner, but gets taken off of the puck there by MacArthur. Back to the line for McIntyre. McIntyre's shot blocked by Cook. Kate Cook, that is. Now they battle along the far side wall. And again, if I am getting any pronunciations incorrect, please do send me a message through one of those sites that I mentioned. I'm not doing it out of any ill will or any offense intended. I'm just trying to go from memory on previous games that I've done with these teams and what I was told the pronunciations were. But sometimes my memory ain't what she used to be, as the saying, as this old man says. Sometimes I can't quite remember how things are supposed to go. As my daughter, who's working camera for me today, mocks me a little bit. We just saw another goal in Finland. Canada now up 5-2. So there's a good sign. at least one Team Canada doing well. I'm not going to expound anymore on the sorrows of what happened in Ottawa over the last week, as the puck rolls right in onto field and she covers up and hangs on for a face-off. 8:16 remaining in the first period. Face-off will stay inside the Northern Subway Select Zone to the right of netminder Amy Field. As we look for the draw, there it is. Over to pick up the puck is Vince. She tries to get it around Polchis. That gets knocked down, and now it's out to center, chasing it down Maya McDonald. She does get to it, but she's met immediately there by Wadden. They battle along the near side wall. Puck comes to Tanner. Her pass to the wrong side of Vint goes down the ice. Icing gets waved off as McLaughlin, according to the lines person, McLaughlin could have skated a little harder, apparently, I guess. Bouncing puck in front of the net, gets batted away there by, that was McCumber. Now with it is McLean, and she gets another shot away, and the save made once again by Riley Partington. Partington certainly the busiest player on the ice to this point, having faced 11 shots through the first 12 minutes and 24 seconds of this hockey game. Just watch for a second there. Yeah, every so often we gotta just press that button a couple of times because that camera doesn't like to cooperate with us always. There we go. Now we got the clock back, but of course I went and bumped it just a touch, so there we go. We'll fix that up at the next stoppage. All right. Don't worry about it. Puck held in there by McLean. She tries to get it back down the boards. Graceland Cook looking to clear it, but Ailey Glenn knocks that down. Now it does come out to center ice, and backing up with it is Boyle. She gets the pass ahead. That's knocked down. Now trying to get onto it was Folks, but it's backed away. Now comes out to center. Grinton looking to dump it in. That goes off the leg of Wadden. Select still on it. Now they'll dump it in and make a full 5-person change while the Flames are back and trying to catch the Selects before they get into position, but the Selects able to force the turnover at their own blue line. Now McIntyre gets it in across the line, picked up by McHattie. McHattie coming in, gets a shot off, and the save made by Partington, and she'll hang on for the face-off. Okay, I'm way off track now. I just keep knocking this further and further off, don't I? Okay, I see where I am now. So if I come up just a smidge. No, I went up too far. All right. All right, we'll play around with that. We'll play around with that during the intermission. We'll see if we can get that sorted out a little better. Here's a chance now as the pass for Polchis. Polchis coming in, and Field makes the save. Polchis had a step on the defense and was able to come in alone, but could not beat the goaltender Amy Field. So it remains a scoreless tie here into the final 6 minutes of period number 1. Played deep into the Northern Subway Select Zone yet again. Now a long lead pass for Maya McDonald. She'll carry it across ice laterally, now forward into the Flame zone. Had the puck knocked off her stick. It comes all the way to Tanner. Tanner with a shot that goes wide. Coming to pick up the puck on the near boards is Murray. Murray sends it in behind the net. Vint going after it, but getting there just ahead of her. That was, I believe that was Guavin. Oh, no, I see now that it was actually Daig, not Guavin. My apologies. Daig going after it into the near side corner. Pokes the puck up the wall. She's able to get it up to Lawrence. Lawrence plays it ahead. And nearly an awkward change by the Selects, but they were able to make sure that nobody touched the puck, so no too many players penalty. Here comes McLean. Over for Glenn with a blast. And another save made by Partington, and she'll hang on once again for another face-off with 4:48 left to go in the period, as if I can get... Okay, Yeah, I got to wait until the intermission to figure that out. I don't know what's going on here. There, we'll just shut that off so that you don't even have... There we go. All right. Dumping the puck in is Wadden. Going back to get it is her fellow number 6, Grinton. Grinton plays it off the boards. Now around to the corner for Glenn. Glenn takes a look and starts to bring the puck ahead. Skates herself away from the check of Polchis. Trying to split through the defense, but cutting her off there was Daig. Puck comes to the line. Grinton plays it to the middle of the ice, where Beaton gets a quick little one-timer off, and the Subway Select captain is turned aside once again by Riley Partington. For Partington, that is her 15th save of the period, and we've played just over 15 minutes and 45 seconds. So she's on pace now for about 58 saves, or 57 saves. There's another shot, and that now brings her pace to just above 60. As the math teacher in me keeps wanting to go through the numbers. 16 shots in less than 16 minutes. That means a little bit more than one shot per minute, so we're up to around a pace that would be 61 if it stays that way all the way through the game. Here's McIntyre with the puck now. She's backing up with it, plays it ahead, gets it up to Emerson McDonald, who gets it the rest of the way down deep into the zone, picked up there by Gracelyn Cook, the captain. Cook looking to work her way ahead. Gets the puck over to Wadden. Wadden has it knocked off her stick by MacArthur. Now it's sent around behind the net over into the far corner. It'll be gathered up there by Guavin. Guavin has it stolen from her by Emerson McDonald. Played up the wall to Folks. Folks can't get it past Fitt, who is able to send it back down deep. That gets knocked down by Feltmate, and now it's out to center, but Fitt will dump it right back in again. 3:18 and counting left to go in the first period. Guavin plays it ahead for Folks. Folks gets it as far as the line. Emerson McDonald, that's Maya McDonald holding it onside. Vint had it, but then lost sight of it for a moment. And now Guavin coming the other way. Guavin sends the puck down below the goal line, goes chasing after it herself, working against Jean. Jean works the puck free to Vint. Vint changes direction and plays it back to Jean. Jean will get it over to the near side for Tanner. Tanner tried to play the puck ahead. That gets deflected. Jean able to get onto it. And now the Select's able to come out as the pass across ice for Maya McDonald. She's looking to go far side. Partington made the glove save but didn't make the catch cleanly, but was able to knock the puck down and then bat it over into the far corner. Under 2.5 left to go here, first period. Still looking for the first goal of this game. There's a shot by Beaton. That goes off of the body of McCumber and down into the corner. Now over to the far side, going after it there is McLaughlin. She's able to poke the puck ahead, and coming out with it is Polchis. Polchis able to get it up for Cook, Kate Cook. Cook with the shot, field the save, and she'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 2:03 left to go here in the first period, and we're just going to do a quick check of all of those various sites, and we'll just see if we've got any notifications. Don't see anything there yet, but once again, we do invite you to share your thoughts through either Twitter, or X, I should say, or Facebook, or MJAHL Network. Here's Feltmate with the puck. She'll send it down into the corner. Select's looking to come out. The pass comes up to Beaton. Beaton couldn't take it as she was surrounded immediately. Grinton gets on the puck, gets it to Glenn, who will play it out to center. Feltmate dumps it right back in again. Field out of her net to settle the puck down and leave it there for Grinton. Grinton plays it to the near side wall. Comes up the boards. Feltmate gets to it first, though. Sends it back in deep. Glenn will get it in the far corner. She has to make a move to try and get away from White. White helps tie her up, and White ends up coming away with the puck. Now it's played back to the wall. Ailey Glenn will get it, and her pass misses her intended target of Beaton. It goes down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing with 1:10 left to go here in period number 1. Quick look at the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard. See if we got any. Everything still looks to be about the same. The Lynx lead the Capitals 3-0. The Rockets lead the Wolves 5-3. And the Surge lead the Kraken 1-0 in the other 3 games in play today in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League. Off of the draw, Selects get possession. McLean trying to get a step around Macumber. Not quite able to do so, and it's sent back down the length of the ice. Icing will be called this time on the Western Flames with 56.3 seconds left to go in the period. And so far, no scoring in this opening period of play, as a quick pace to this game, certainly. And the Selects, if you look at the shot clock, controlling the majority of the play, as there is shot number 18 deflected up over the glass now to play by Riley Partington. Now, I should mention, any shot totals that we mention during the game are unofficial. It's not until the end of the period. There's a person whose responsibility it is at every game in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League who is not down in the penalty box to keep track of shots, and then they send that total down to the penalty box at the end of each period. So the shot clock that we have up on the board is unofficial until it gets confirmed at the end of the period. But right now, showing as 19-6, which I would say is pretty close. The guys down in the booth here, they are generally, if not right on with their shots, within one or two every game. These two guys do a great job of keeping track of things down there in the box, and deserve a lot of credit, because it is not an easy job down there to tell sometimes what's a shot, what's not. So got to give those guys a big shout out. Here's Graceland Cook with the puck now in the near side corner, working against McIntyre, trying to get a pass through. Too many blue-legged shirt, or blue-socked legs is what I'm trying to say, if I could speak the English language. As the puck went off a couple of different legs, ended up going in onto Field. Field covers up and hangs on for a face-off. 8.7 seconds left to go here in period number one. Face-off will be to the left of Amy Field. Neither player ends up winning it particularly cleanly. Puck ends up to the boards and into the corner, and that will do it for period number one. Unofficially, the shots in the first period, 19-7. No goals, so no scoring summary to talk about. No penalties, so no special teams to wrap up for you. We'll get you the official shot total as we get ready for the start of the second period. But right now, we're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for that second period in just a few minutes. After 20, here at the Hector Arena in Pictou, it's Northern Subway Select 0, Western Flame 0. You are watching Maritime Major Female Hockey League action on AO Live, produced by Petter Sports and Streaming. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the second period between the Flames and the Selects. No scoring in that first period. Our unofficial shot clock, like I said during that first period, the guys down in the booth do a great job of getting those shots. The unofficial total after the first period was 19-7. The official total ends up being 20-7 in favor of the Northern Subway Selects. So the Selects get their get a shot per minute on Riley Partington in that first period, but Partington with 20 saves on 20 shots. Amy Field 7 saves on 7 shots through that opening 20 minutes of play. So a very strong period, obviously, for Partington. As we take another quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, it's now a final in Finland. Canada ends up out shooting Slovakia 45-5 as the Canadians with a 6-2 win. Haley McDonald, Maxine Cimarroni, Danica Maynard, Chloe Primorano, Striker Zablocki, and Kate Vale with the goals for Team Canada as they move to a dominating 6-2 win over Slovakia in that game. Meanwhile, they're late in the third period at the Greenfoot Energy Center where the Greenfoot Capitals are trailing the Cape Breton Lynx by a score of 3-2 late in the third period. In that one, about halfway through the third period at the Evangeline Recreation Center where the Moncton AAA Rockets lead the Western Wolves of Western PEI by a score of 5-4. They're about midway through the second period at the Qplex, where the Lindsay Surge lead the Fundy Kraken now by a score of 3-1. And here, we're starting the second period, and nobody has scored a goal as of yet here at the Hector Arena between the Northern Subway Selects and the Western Flames of Western New Brunswick. Second period is underway. Selects with the puck in their own zone. Looking to work it ahead now is Grinton. She has to reverse it back behind her own net, plays around to the near side. Picked up by Boyle. Boyle passes it ahead. It's deflected all the way down the ice. Partington covers up and hangs on. And we'll get a stoppage with 19:22 left to go here in the second period as that puck rolls all the way down the ice. And we get that face-off that'll be inside the Flame zone. I just need to move it just do we got the whole number in there now? Yes, we do. All right. Well, awfully close anyway. All right. Let's just try one more little itty-bitty adjustment. Because there we go. Good enough. All right. 1 minute gone here in the period. Puck is knocked down there by MacArthur. Anna MacArthur looking for some room. She plays the puck around to the near side corner. McHattie to get it there. She gets tied up. Coming over to try and help out is Emerson McDonald as we've got the Mac and Mac line. MacArthur, McHattie, and McDonald out there. Now the puck is picked up by White for the Flames. She's able to play it ahead. It's to Wadden. Wadden gets it forward for Folks, and it ends up going into the bench of the Western Flames and out of play. And you'll notice the Western Flames bench, they actually have a short change this period. Their bench is on their side of center ice for this period. The Hector Arena, as we mentioned in the first period, 51 years old this year. When it was built, things like there weren't specific sort of cookie cutter standards. As a wraparound attempt there by Maya McDonald gets steered away. So there wasn't much thought about the fact that both benches are on the same side of center ice back 51 years ago when this building was first opened. And so part of home ice advantage is you've got that short change in the first and third periods. And for the visiting team, instead of having a short change in the first and third just like the home team does, they get a short change only for the second period. So a little bit of one of those idiosyncrasies that you don't see in buildings that are put up today. Vint helps get the puck out to center ice. Wadden picks it up there as Vint Or sorry, that wasn't Vint who lost her footing. That was Reese Murray. Or sorry, yes, it was Murray. Now pass up for Vint. She loses in her skates momentarily. Now gets it ahead to McLean. McLean has it knocked off her stick. Vint trying to work it forward again. It's knocked away from her and sent down the ice. Going back to get it is Tanner. Tanner gets there just ahead of a forechecker. Now gets it to the line. Guavan will play it back down low for Polchis. Polchis in the corner. Takes a bump. That's going to be a penalty against the Northern Subway Selects, and we'll get the first power play of the game, and it will go in favor of the Flames. And unfortunately, we don't have any stats on power play and penalty kill efficiency, so we can't really tell you much other than to say that this is the first power play of the game as Bria Tanner goes to the box for cross-checking 2 minutes and 40 seconds into this second period, and the Flames get their first power play opportunity of the afternoon. One thing we can tell you is that this season so far, the Flames have scored on their power play 13 times. And we can tell you the leading scorer on the power play, Grace White, with 3 of those 13 power play goals. For the Northern Subway Selects, they have scored shorthanded 3 times this season. Ailey Glenn with 2 of them. Hallie Rose McLean, the only other shorthanded goal. But penalty kill efficiency, we do not, unfortunately, have access to those numbers. It's one of the things that I know the Maritime Major Female Hockey League is looking at trying to get included for future years. There's a shot that goes wide, comes all the way up to the line. McCumber holds it onside. McCumber plays it back down into the corner for Gracelyn Cook. Her pass into the middle for Folks. Folks' shot gets blocked, and the puck cleared down the length of the ice. A minute gone in the penalty. Back to pick up is McCumber. McCumber plays it across to Cook. Right back to McCumber again. McCumber now looking. Sends it back across for Cook, who ended up going off for a change. Polchis, who came on, able to pick up the puck. Now her pass misses her intended target of Daig, and taking it out to center was McHattie. She dropped it off to Emerson McDonald, who launched it down the ice, steered aside by Partington. 30 seconds left in the Flame power play. A pass gets deflected by Emerson McDonald. It ended up going to Daig anyway. Now Daig plays it to the near side for Polchis. Polchis drops it back. Guavin across for Polchis. Polchis leaves it, and it's picked up instead by Folks. Now Folks played it back to Polchis, and Polchis with a shot and the save made there by Amy Field, and she'll hang on for a face-off. Just 5 seconds left in the cross-checking penalty taken by Bria Tanner here in the early stages of this second period. As back to the line, fanning on a pass was Feltmate, and now here's a pass over for Glenn as the Selects come the other way. There's a shot steered aside by Partington. Over to the far corner. Feltmate gets it as far as the line, held in there by McLean. She'll play it to the near side for Fitt. Fitt with a shot. That gets through, and Partington makes the save. In there pressuring Beaton, as well as a couple of other Select players. And again, when it's down in the near side corner, sometimes hard to see exactly what all is going on there. Beaton down to McLean in the corner. McLean looking to get it to the front of the net. That'll be cleared away from the front by Guavin. Hallie Rose McLean gets back on it at the far wall. Takes a strange bounce off the corner. Ends up coming back to the line to McIntyre. Her shot goes wide. Off the boards on the near side. Almost all the way to the line, and it's worked out to center by Polchis, and back to get it is McIntyre, being watched by Kate Cook. Now McIntyre sends it down the ice, and not an icing as it was reached just as it got to the goal line by McCumber. McCumber takes it behind the net, now comes out the far side. McCumber working her way up the ice, lost control of the puck for a second, and getting it back down is Reese Murray. Back to pick up is McCumber again. 6 minutes, gone here in the second period. Still awaiting the first goal of this afternoon's hockey game. Here's Glenn with the puck, coming to the middle of the ice, gets a shot away. Or sorry, that's Reese Murray, my apologies, not Ailey Glenn, who got that shot away, and it was steered aside. Sometimes the way those shirts bunch up in the back, it's hard to tell what's an 8 and what's a 9. By now, you would think I would recognize the skating styles of Glenn versus Murray, but sometimes the brain just does not compute. Johnstone with it now. She'll carry in across the line. Gets a shot off. Field kicks that to the far boards. Vint gets to the puck, plays it ahead, intended for MacArthur, but that's knocked away from her. Now Tanner has to settle down the rolling puck. Sends it down the ice. Daig going back to get it. She'll reach it before it reaches the goal line, so again, no icing. Selects make a full 5-person unit change and get back into position before a lead pass could be sent to Lawrence, who had a little bit of space. Now with it is MacArthur. She'll send it behind the net to Emerson McDonald. And down the ice it goes as McDonald tried to play it back to the line, having to go back and pick up. There is Carly Boyle. Boyle for McHattie. McHattie couldn't find the puck. It was nearly taken away by McLaughlin. Now it'll be picked up instead by Polchis. Polchis plays it back to Lawrence. Lawrence is met by MacArthur. 4 or 5 players battling along the boards. Puck comes loose to White. White tries to get a shot away. That's blocked. Now another shot from McLaughlin. That's steered aside. Below the goal line, Boyle plays it over for Grinton. Grinton will return it to Carly Boyle on the near side. Boyle tries to get it around McLaughlin. That doesn't quite work. Now they continue to battle in the near side corner. Puck is sent around to the far side. Grinton will reach it, but Folks is right there as Grinton gets there. As the Selects hemmed in their own zone here. Puck gets to the line, held in by McLaughlin. That shot goes wide of the net. Trying to chip it ahead was MacArthur. That gets knocked down as the Flames have their best sustained pressure of the game so far, keeping the Selects hemmed in for quite a while. They only got, I think, 1 actual shot on target during that time, but definitely the longest time the puck stayed in the Select zone for the game so far. McIntyre behind the net. Now it comes back to McIntyre again, trying to work her way ahead. She gets tied up along the wall there by Wadden. Puck comes up the boards to McLean. McLean able to make the pass, and here comes McIntyre. Lexi McIntyre down towards the corner. Sends the puck into the corner. McLean there to get it, but getting there just ahead of her was Guavan. Guavan can only get it as far as the line. Fitt will send it back in deep. Played around to the far side. Waiting for it there is the captain, Jenna Beaton. She'll play it into the corner for McLean. McLean trying to get away from the pressure, including Captain Cook in there trying to disrupt things. Now McIntyre with the puck, makes a couple of nice moves. McIntyre coming down low, gets a shot away. And that ends up in the gear of Guavan, who got the block. It didn't get all the way through, but a dangerous chance for Lexi McIntyre, if not for the great block by Sophia Guavan. Now coming out with the puck is McLaughlin. Or sorry, that's not McLaughlin. My apologies. That is Feltmate. Feltmate gains the red line, dumps the puck in, heads off for a change as we pass the midway point of this game. Polchis trying to get a shot off. That was blocked. Now White, as again, the Western Flames in this period doing a great job when they get the Selects into their own defensive zone. The Selects having a real hard time with any sort of breakouts, as the Flames are doing a fantastic job of taking away passing lanes, taking away any sort of exit opportunity, and we end up with a penalty, and it's going to go against the Selects again here. And it's going to go against the Flames, actually. I'm sorry. So the first power play of the game goes to the first power play of the game for the Selects comes with 9:29 left to go in the period. It is Claire Polchis going off for cross-checking. And just like with the Selects, or just like with the Flames power play, the Selects, we can only tell you how many power play goals they scored. We can't tell you about power play percentages, But we can tell you that the Selects have scored 13, 15, 16, 19 power play goals so far this season. Hallie Rose McLean leading the way with 8 of those. For the Western Flames, meanwhile, Rachel Folks with both of their shorthanded goals, I should say, so far this season. Should also mention that any stats that we mentioned throughout the course of this game are regular season stats only. We do not have access to any stats in tournament games or exhibition games, anything like that. So we're only using regular season stats for the numbers that we use during this broadcast. Power play underway. There's a shot from the line taken by Jean. It gets blocked before getting all the way through to Partington. Trying to get back on the puck was beaten. She couldn't, and it's cleared out just past Jean. Jean has to go back and pick up. She plays it over to the near side for Boyle. Boyle's pass goes through the feet of Beaton. Picked up by McCumber. She'll wrap it to the near side. Glenn trying to get there, but not able to get there before Folks was able to send it the rest of the way down the ice. 47 seconds and counting left to go here in the penalty. We're down to just over 8 minutes left to go in the second period. Here's Ailey Glenn with the puck. Glenn moving her way forward, trying to cut to the outside on the right. Takes it down into the right wing corner, now behind the net, out the left wing side. Still with the puck, all the way up the left wing board. She'll carry to the top of the zone. She's completed one lap, now cuts down the middle, gates a shot away, and Partington with the blocker save. Puck gets to the line. Lexi McIntyre plays it to the near side for Glenn. Glenn to the middle of the ice for McLean. McLean couldn't get a shot off. Loose puck. Now it comes back to the line, McIntyre. She'll play it to the near side for Glenn again. Glenn, down to the last couple seconds of the power play, has the puck knocked off her stick with a nice play by Lawrence. Select still with possession, however. We're back to 5-on-5. Played back to the line for McIntyre. She steps up, gets a shot off. That goes wide. MacArthur tries to set it up for McLean. Attempted centering pass. That's broken up by White. She'll play it around to the far side. McCumber will get onto that puck and look to clear the zone, but she can't, as both teams now have been doing some pretty good jobs on keeping the other team hemmed in their own zone for extended periods. Here's McLean with the puck. Her pass missed just a little bit too far ahead of Vint. Comes all the way to Daig at her own line. Audrey Daig, who it feels like she's been in this league for a long time. She must have joined this league as an underager, because it feels to me like she's been here forever, and I mean that in a positive way. Trying to get onto that puck in the far corner was Vint, but Captain Gracelyn Cook gets it instead, gets a shot away. That goes wide. The puck comes up all the way up the boards to Daig. Daig has it knocked off her stick by Reese Murray. Now a race for it. Coming out to play it is Partington, and she gets there first, gets it up all the way to Wadden, and Wadden will dump it the rest of the way down the ice with just over 6 minutes left to go in what is still a scoreless hockey game between these two teams. Shouldn't be too surprised when you consider that the other two meetings between these teams, a 2-1 win for the Selects and a 1-0 win for the Selects. So they've played 2 games and a grand total of 4. They've now played almost 2 2/3 games, and a grand total of 4 goals have been scored. Puck comes to the line. There's a shot from the point by Boyle, and the save made. And hanging on for a face-off once again is Riley Partington. All right. 5:40 left to go in the period. As I've again completely messed up the camera clock. At least I'm consistent. Yeah, I got to figure out a better system for that clock, I tell you, or for that camera. In the meantime, 5:10 left to go in the second period. Bringing the puck back into the zone is MacArthur. Anna MacArthur loses her footing down in the corner, and that allows the Western Flames to come back the other way. With it is Lawrence. She brings it across the line. However, it was knocked off her stick, and in the process, that ended up putting, I believe it was Kate Cook who went offside. So we get a stoppage 4:55 left to go here in the second period. And we're still awaiting the opening goal of this hockey game. No scoring as of yet here in this one. Battle right in front of the Western Flame bench. Puck comes free, now played to the near side. Ailey Glenn brings it in across the line. Glenn trying to work her way around McLaughlin. Ends up getting tied up along the boards. Puck comes loose. McLaughlin gathers it up along the end wall. Sends the puck ahead. Flames able to get it out to center, but immediately turned back the other way by Tanner. And McLaughlin has to go back and pick up the puck, taking it back behind her own net. Tries to play it over for Daig. That pass was deflected, but it does get to Daig. Now it's stolen by Beaton. Jenna Beaton with a shot. Looking to go top shelf, but no dice, says Riley Partington, making unofficially her 29th save of the game. Unofficially her 9th save of this period. And again, we'll get confirmation of the shot numbers at the end of the period. But a very, very strong game nonetheless for Riley Partington. Select's not getting nearly as much pressure in this second period as they had in the first. If these shots are accurate, and like I say, the guys down in this booth, their shots are always within one. I think the most they've ever been off is by 2 shots in a period, and that was a huge anomaly. So the shots in this period, 9-3 right now for the Northern Subway Selects. But here comes a chance for Polchis. Polchis trying to get away from the pressure of McIntyre, Tanner rather, does get the shot away, and the save made by goaltender Amy Field, and she'll hang on for a face-off. We do have another final to report as the game down in Halifax has gone final. The Cape Breton Lynx have defeated the Greenfoot Capitals by a score of 3-2. So the Lynx with a big win there. The Moncton Rockets lead the Western Wolves. Just a minute and a half left in the third period of that one. So that should be final fairly soon. Here's Graceland Cook with the puck. Taking it behind her net. The captain of the Flames plays it ahead. That pass out of the reach of Lawrence. It'll be gathered up by McIntyre. Lexi McIntyre carrying back up the other way. McIntyre trying to get through to get a shot off. She does! And the backhander ends up rolling just wide. McCumber did just enough to disrupt McIntyre on that scoring opportunity. Now Fit with a shot. Kate Cook with the block on that one, deflecting it down into the corner. McLaughlin pokes it to the far wall. It'll be picked up there by McCumber. She couldn't clear the zone. Trying to create some space for herself is Anna MacArthur. She gets a shot away, and Riley Partington makes yet another save. Her 31st of the afternoon, as the shot clock shows 31-11, but the score clock shows goose eggs on both sides with just a couple minutes left to go in this second period. A great goaltending display by both Riley Partington and Amy Field so far here this afternoon. Shot from the line, deflected, and Partington gets just enough of that one to make sure it goes over the top of the net and not into it. Now the puck will be launched all the way down the length of the ice. We're going to get an icing call. 2:07 remaining here in the second period. Once again, a reminder, this is the first of 2 games between these 2 teams this weekend. They will meet again tomorrow. 12 noon is the puck drop scheduled for that one, and we will have it right here on AO Live, produced by Petter Sports and streaming just like today's game. And we thank you in advance for joining us again tomorrow. Puck comes up the boards to Boyle. She plays it over to the far side for Grinton. Grinton's shot gets knocked down before getting all the way through to the net. With the block, it was Audrey Daig, and now Daig coming the other way. Daig will dump it down into the select zone, go chasing after it herself, working there against Boyle. Also in for help is Kate Cook. Working the puck free, though, is Jenna Beaton for the Selects. And now the Selects will come back the other way. Here's Glenn with it, working her way up the right wing side. Glenn in across the line, cutting to the outside, trying to get by Daig. Gets the shot off. Save is made. Rebound cleared away from the front by Daig. Trying to get it back to the front of the net was Glenn, but that was knocked away as well by Daig. Now Kate Cook with the puck, and she'll carry it out with 75 seconds left to go in the second period. Cook elects to just send the puck down the ice and head off for a change as she desperately needed to get a break there. Now the Selects will start to work their way on the breakout. It comes out to center, knocked back by Guavan as we're into the final minute of period 2. Still awaiting the first goal of this game. And, of course, the longer we go until that first goal happens, the more significant that first goal becomes. I know, statement of the obvious, but every now and then a play-by-play guy has to resort to the obvious when his brain stops working on actual analysis. Here comes Hallie Rose McLean coming down, trying to get to the middle of the ice, but the puck knocked off of her stick. Nice effort there by Guavan. Now Vint behind the net trying to get it to the front. That was cleared away as well as this Western Flames team continues to show how strong they are on their defensive responsibilities. The Selects, yes, they've gotten 34 shots away. That one there being the 34th. But give full credit to the Flames. Riley Partington has been what Riley Partington has been all season, which is absolutely standout and stellar with her efforts. And B, a lot of the shots, out of those 34 shots, a few of them have been dangerous, but a lot of them have been shots from the outside or shots that by the time they get to the net, they've been blocked, at least slowed down a couple of times, so that Partington has had a relatively speaking, easy go of several of their saves so far here this afternoon. Unofficially, the shots on goal in the second period, 14-4. The two-period total, again, unofficially, 34-11. No goals again in the second period. We had one penalty on each side, so both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. Both teams 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for the third period in just a few minutes. You are watching Maritime Major Female Hockey League action here on AO Live, produced by Petter Sports and Streaming. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period here between the Northern Subway Selects and the Western Flames. We've played 40 minutes so far, and absolutely nothing has been even remotely close to decided as of yet. 40 minutes in the books, no scoring whatsoever by either side so far here this afternoon and as we get into the evening. Riley Partington, we can now officially confirm the shots in the second period were 14-4, so the two-period total is indeed 34-11 in favor of the Northern Subway Selects. Riley Partington with 34 saves so far today. Not to take anything away from Amy Fields. She stopped 11 of 11, and you can't, as a goaltender, you can't control how many shots you face. You can just control how many shots that you face you're able to stop. So for Amy Field, she's done as well as can be asked for with 11 saves on the day. It just, in comparison, when you look at that number compared to the 34 saves at the other end of the ice, and no disrespect meant to Amy Field by saying this, but that 11 does kind of get overshadowed by the performance of Riley Partington here at the Hector Arena this afternoon. Are we going to see scoring in this 20 minutes of play, or are both teams going to pick up at least 1 point? Well, we've got 20 minutes of playing time to find the answer to that question. And I know it's a little bit premature, but to remind everybody of the format, if we do get to that point, whether it's 0-0, whether it's 1-1, whatever it ends up being, if we do go to overtime, it's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. If nobody scores, then the game does end as an official tie in the standings, and both teams just end up with 1 point. Much like it used to be in the NHL before they introduced the shootout. The NHL went through 3 stages, one where games were just 60 minutes no matter what. Then the second stage where they added a 5-minute overtime, but if it was tied after overtime, it stayed that way. And then the stage where we're at now, which is the overtime and then the shootout. We have not reached that stage here in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League as of yet. Right now we're still at the stage, or they've made the decision rather, that we'll play overtimes if they are needed, and then no shootouts, games will stay tied. Third period is underway as that pass misses its intended targets by the Western Flames in their whites. Icing will be called with 45 seconds gone in the third. We can tell you one of the other games today has now gone final as well. The Moncton Rockets have defeated the Western Wolves by a score of 5-4. So 2 of the 3 games today are finals. They're into the third period, I think, at the Qplex, where the Fundy Kraken trailed the Lindsay Surge by a score of 3-1. That game had a similar start time to ours, so they might be a couple minutes ahead of us, but on the website it's still showing as a couple minutes left in the second period, but it's been that way for quite a while, so I think they're into the third now. Here's Gracelyn Cook with the puck. She'll try to get it to Folks, but that's broken up by Anna MacArthur. Folks gets it back, plays it in across the select blue line, but right back the other way. Now here's Emerson McDonald trying to get the puck to settle for her. She gets it ahead, intended for McIntyre. Now it's picked up by McHattie. McHattie scores! What a goal by Ashton McHattie, finding the top corner just over the shoulder, blocker side on Riley Partington. What a snipe for Ashton McHattie, her third goal, 14th point of the season. And it took until 1:23 into the third period, but we finally have a goal as the Selects strike first. Ashton McHattie with her 4th goal of the season, putting the Selects out in front 1-0. We've seen 2 one-goal games between these two teams already this season. As we get confirmation of McHattie's goal, Emerson McDonald gets the assist on the goal. So again, it's Ashton McHattie getting her third goal, 14th point of the year. Emerson McDonald getting the lone assist on that one. And that is a huge, huge goal in this game. As through now a grand total of 8 periods of hockey, the Selects have scored 4 goals. The Flames have scored just once, and they'll need to get one here to try and tie it up, but they have almost a full period still to try and do it. McIntyre gets the pass ahead. Attempted dump in, goes softly in right onto Partington, and with Lexi McIntyre trying to get to the net, Riley Partington has no choice but to cover up and hang on for another stoppage. With now 2:28 gone here in the third, Selects up 1-0. And again, a huge, huge goal there for the Northern Subway Selects. Face-off inside the Western Flame zone. Puck ends up rolling over to Folks. Folks goes to dump it in. As we get a battle down below the goal line, puck squirts free to Vint. Vint surrounded by white jerseys of the Flames. There's a shot as the puck rolled to McCumber, and McCumber gets the shot away, and Field makes the save, hanging on. 2:55 gone here in the third. 1-0 Northern Subway Selects. Again, this is the first of 2 between these two teams this weekend. They'll meet again tomorrow at noon. Puck picked up by Graceland Cook. She can't get a shot away as she was tied up just enough. Now the puck comes to the front of the net, cleared away from there by Grinton. Grinton takes a look, gets the pass up for McLean. McLean met immediately by McLaughlin. Now pass looking back door, and Grinton with a goal-saving play on the defensive side. That pass got beyond Amy Field, and it would have been a simple tap-in for, I think it was Polchis. I want to say it was Polchis who was there on the back door waiting for the easy tap-in, but what a play by Ella Grinton to deny that pass and tie up the stick of Polchis enough that she couldn't get the tap-in, and Field could recover, turn around, and get her glove over that puck for the stoppage. A huge play. Now here coming down is the captain, Jenna Beaton. Beaton gets the puck poked off her stick. Stays right with it, gets some help there from Glenn. Now the puck squirts free. It'll be played ahead and out to center ice. Gathering it up there is Boyle. Boyle can't get it past Wadden. Second attempt. Wadden knocks it down again, and Wadden will play it in deep. She'll head off for a change while the Selects go back deep into their own zone to get the breakout organized. Here's Grinton. She ends up nearly coughing up the puck, but the Selects are still able to get out to center. With it is Beaton. Beaton gets the pass across to Glenn. Glenn gets the shot away, and the save made by Partington as she holds it to a 1-goal game with 4:09 left to go, or 4:09 gone, here in the third period. A big, big sequence of play in this next 5 or 6 minutes. The more the Selects can chip away at this clock and hang on to that lead. And there's an attempt on a wraparound in Partington. I don't think she realized that it was coming that quickly. Bit of a delayed reaction, but she still was able to get the stop. Now with the puck and coming out to center is Folks. She gets stood up, lost control of the puck as she came out of the zone and was stood up by Fitt. It's dumped down out of the net to play it as Field. Tanner sends it up the near wall. Actually, that was McIntyre, 4, not 2. Pass intended for MacArthur. That was knocked away. Now Fitt will play it up to McHattie. McHattie will dump it down. Going back to get it is Guavan. Guavan loses the puck to McHattie. McHattie, who has the lone goal of this game, beating Riley Partington just over the right shoulder on the short side. and just underneath the crossbar. What a shot it was at 2:13 or 2:23, excuse me, 1:23 of this second or third period. What time is it? Where are we? Who am I? I don't know what's going on here. 5:25 gone in the third period. Puck comes into the near side corner. Getting on it there is Guavan. Guavan has Maya McDonald all over her. A couple other players come in to join the scrum. Maya McDonald comes away with the puck. Backhand shot. Save. Rebound. Trying to get it as Murray. She can't get a shot away as she was tied up nicely by Lawrence. And here comes Guavan. She'll dump the puck down. Go chasing after it herself. Getting there first is Tanner. Tanner plays it off the end boards, and it bounces to the side of the net, and Amy Field not taking any chances and hangs on, covers up for a face-off. 14:07 left to go here in the third period. And at this stage of the game, anytime that puck is down in the select zone, if Amy Field can get it covered up and get a stoppage to just slow things down, keep the flow in her team's favor, you know she's going to do that. Allow them to get reset every chance they get. There's Murray trying to get a shot away. Misses the net. Picked up by Vint. Vint gets taken off of the puck. Daig will gather it in. Gets it to the line. Tanner sends it back in deep. It'll go around the boards. Gathered up by McLaughlin. She'll play it back around to the far side. And now the Flames are able to get it out to center. Coming over to pick up is Jean. Jean gives to Glenn. Ailey Glenn. Her pass ahead. Knocked down by Gracelyn Cook. Cook had it knocked away from her, though. Following up is McLaughlin. McLaughlin trying to circle back. Plays it back to Cook. Cook gets it ahead for Wadden. Wadden trying to bring the puck into the zone. Has it stolen from her by Glenn. Glenn off the boards, down the ice. That's going to be an icing call as we get a stoppage just under 7 minutes gone here in the third period. 1-0 Northern Subway Selects over the visiting Western Flames here at the Hector Arena in Pictou on a Saturday into the early evening here. For this one, face-off will be to the right of goaltender Amy Field. Off of the draw, Glenn gets the puck taken off of her stick. Now it's played back to her. She gives to Hallie Rose McLean. McLean able to get out past Daig. McLean pokes the puck ahead. McLaughlin will gather it up there for the Flames. Plays it back to Wadden. Wadden fans on a pass attempt. Gets the puck back. Now Cook has it. Gracelyn Cook, the captain of the Flames, sends it far side. Poked ahead for Polchis. Polchis trying to get around Grinton. Now there's Cook with a shot. And getting her stick in the way of that one is Boyle, and it's deflected up over the glass and out of play. 12:29 left to go here in the third period. Select still up 1-0 as the score line continues to hold here at the Hector Arena in Pictou. Off of the face-off, puck ends up with Boyle. She's able to get it to the line. Folks bringing it right back again. Now White with it. White trying to create space for herself. Takes it over to the wall. Stops. Plays it back to Folks. Oops, sorry about that, folks. Folks' shot got steered aside. Ends up going into the back wall. Now we get a trip. And we're going to get a penalty against the Selects here with 11:55 left to go in the third period. And the Northern Subway Selects will be shorthanded for just the second time this afternoon. Yeah, actually, it's going to be a hook, not a trip. Although that's just a matter of semantics. And it's going to be Carly Boyle going off for the infraction at the 8:05 mark here of period number 3. And it's hard to overstate the importance of this power play opportunity for the Western Flames as they trail by a goal nearing the midway point of this third period, McCumber plays it over to Daig. Daig fakes the shot, then gives the puck up, gets it back again with the one-timer, and that goes over the crossbar into the end glass. McIntyre Tries to use the wall to get it out of the zone, but Daig able to get over and cut that off. Plays it to the near side for McCumber. Right back to Daig again. Daig plays it over. There's a shot. Steered aside by Field. Comes to McCumber. Another shot. That goes off the side of the net. And Field finally able to gather it in and cover it up. And she'll hang on for a stoppage with 11-12 left to go in the third period. 1:17 remaining in this all-important power play for the Western Flames. The TNT Western Flames out of Western New Brunswick. Captain Graceland Cook wins the draw back to McCumber. She'll play it across again for Daig. Daig with a shot. Save made. Rebound gathered up by White. Right back to Daig again. Audrey Daig, who quarterbacks this power play, gives it to Cook. There to White, rather. And there's a shot by White. And another save made by Field, and she'll hang on for the face-off. 1:02 left in the penalty. 10:57 left to go in this third period. And with it only being a one-goal game, the clock is certainly not a factor yet. So it's not quite a huge desperation situation yet, but it is definitely approaching that point, as the Flames have only scored once against this Selects team in almost 2 5/6 games so far this season. Again, every game between these teams has been a one-goal game. Here's a turnover created by Beaton. She sends it back in across the line. McCumber is there. Selects are still shorthanded for 23 more seconds. Beaton again creates a turnover, coming in by herself, working 1 against 4. Gets a soft backhander away. That'll be cleared away by White. And the assistant captain, Grace White, working her way down the left wing side. Gets the shot off. Field steers that into the end boards. 4 seconds left in the penalty. McLean gets the puck out to center. Feltmate can't get a stick on it. We are back to 5-on-5. Feltmate has to go all the way back into her own zone and pick it up, as the clearing was sent out before the penalty had actually expired. Now Grinton looking to get the puck to the front of the net. That'll get cleared away, and here comes Guavin. Guavin looking to get the puck past Fitch. She does. Goes to chase it down herself down in the corner. Guavin taking it behind the net, still with it, brings it out the near side. Now plays it back to the line, waiting for it there, and getting a shot off was Polchis, but Polchis' shot was blocked. Now here comes Ailey Glenn. Glenn coming the other way, and puts it off the crossbar. What an opportunity for Ailey Glenn, but she can't beat the God of Iron, as it remains a 1-0 scoreline. She was able to get it by Partington, but sometimes as a goalie, the iron is your best friend, and it certainly was in that case there for Riley Partington. Now with it is Anna MacArthur. MacArthur in across the blue line. MacArthur cuts, stops, now works back down, sends the puck behind the net. Waiting for it there was Murray. Murray trying to get it out front for was Emerson McDonald. Now it's played back to the line. There's a shot taken by Boyle. It gets blocked, and coming the other way now is Folks. Folks coming in. Folks gets tripped up, and the goal is going to count. The puck goes into the net at the same time Folks does, and we're all tied up at 1. What an individual effort by Rachel Folks, blocking a shot, going end to end, and bullying her way into the net, taking the puck in with her. And for Rachel Folks, that is her 7th goal and her 12th point of the season. And it ties this game up yet again with 8:34 left to go in the third period. And no big surprise there. Rachel Folks with the unassisted goal. Again, her 7th goal, 12th point of the year, unassisted at 11:26 of the third period, tying up this game at a goal apiece. The theme of this game continues to be as it has been. Now we're going to get a penalty against Polchis for body checking as Polchis collided with Maya McDonald, and Polchis is going to go off. So just after a goal by the Western Flames to tie up the game, the Northern Subway Selects get their second power play of the game. Polchis going off for body checking with 7:44 remaining here in this third period, tied up at 1, and the Selects power play is going to work. Puck comes to the front of the net. MacArthur couldn't get a stick on it. It'll be cleared to the line, not out. Nice hand-eye coordination by Glenn to knock that puck out of the air. Now to the front of the net as Beaton made the pass but couldn't quite connect with McLean. Beaton back on it. She'll play it back to the line for McIntyre. McIntyre across to the far side. Return pass, gets through. There's a chance for MacArthur, and it goes just wide. Now McLean gets it back to the front of the net. MacArthur couldn't get a shot away. Glenn with a chance. And the save made again by Partington. 1:20 left to go in the penalty. 7:04 remaining in the third period. 1-1 the score between these two teams. Again, it bears repeating. The Northern Subway Selects have won both previous meetings, both by a single goal. So we should not be surprised that this game, just like those other two, is going right down to the wire. Here's McIntyre with the puck. Plays it over for Ailey Glenn. Glenn takes it down towards the corner. Now she goes to play it back for McIntyre, but that'll get cleared away as White sends it down the length of the ice. Field out of her net, plays it all the way up to Glenn in neutral ice. Glenn has to take it all the way back into her own zone, however. Now she'll start to work her way ahead. Here comes Ailey Glenn. Glenn to the far side. Takes it behind the net. Comes out the near side. Puts it to the front. And there's a chance, but again steered aside. With it now is Beaton. Beaton to the high slot. Drops the puck off for Glenn at the near point. Glenn working her way down the wall. Loses the puck, but it ends up rolling to McLean, who gets a shot off. That was steered away, and now down the ice it goes again. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the third period. Beaton ahead for Boyle. Boyle cutting to the middle of the ice. Boyle gets a shot away. Her stick was disrupted, and the shot ends up going wide. Murray now at the far wall. Murray working against McLaughlin. Murray will play it back to the line. We're back to 5-on-5 as Polch's penalty expires. Trying to get a shot away there was Jean. Jean ends up playing it down the boards instead, all the way behind the net. Battle for it there. Puck comes loose. McLaughlin gets on it, and she'll send it down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing, I do believe. Yes, it will, with 5:25 left to go here in the third period. Tied up at a goal apiece. The Northern Subway Selects and the Western Flames here from the Hector Arena. Meanwhile, it's now a final from the Q-Plex. The Lindsay Surge defeated the Fundy Kraken by a score of 3-1, so this is the only game left in action in the Maritime Major Female Hockey League today. Puck is played ahead and out to center. Trying to get onto that puck was Polchis, but it was cleared away from her by Boyle. Now it's picked up by McLaughlin. She'll carry it in across the line, down towards the corner. McLaughlin still on it, trying to get away from Jean. Jean with the steal. She'll play it to the near boards. Graceland Cook will come and pick it up. Cook behind the net, out to the far corner. Under 5 left to go. Plays it back to the line for Daig. Daig at the near point. Sends the puck in deep. Going after it behind the net there is Lawrence. Lawrence tied up along the end boards. 4 players battling for that puck right behind the net of Amy Field. It comes free. Cook gets a stick on it momentarily. Now Reese Murray with the steal from her. Murray trying to work her way around McLaughlin. Not able to do so. Second effort, still not able to. Now Jean will play it over to the near side. And with a little bit of room to carry the puck ahead, it's brought forward by Boyle. She sends it up the ice. Having to go back and pick up deep in her own zone is Daig. 4:14 and counting left to go third period. Daig's clearing attempt is knocked down. Selects play it right back in deep again. Now Lawrence with it. She'll get it to the line. Not out. Held in by with a nice play by Glenn. Now McLean with it. McLean getting it to the front of the net for Beaton. But Beaton was tied up by McLaughlin. And the puck rolls harmlessly into Riley Partington, who covers up and hangs on. 3:56 left to go. Third period. All square at 1 apiece here in the closing stages of this afternoon's hockey game. If you are anywhere near Pictou County and can get here for the game tomorrow at 12 noon, if today's game is any indication, you will want to be here live to see it. If you can't be here live to see it, we will have it for you again on AO Live, produced by Petter Sports and Streaming. Trying to work it down the wall there was Fit. Fit gets it back again, plays it down the boards again, but now it's picked up by Guavan. She'll play it around to the near side, and it'll be gathered up there by Feltmate. Feltmate gets it to Wadden. Wadden took that pass in her feet, and therefore the Selects were able to create a turnover and send Guavan back to pick up behind her own net again. 3:15 and counting left to go, third period. Long lead pass. Puck will be dumped into the near side corner. McIntyre will get to it first. Wadden in there forechecking. McIntyre lost control of the puck as she tried to spin away from Wadden, but coming back to help out Emerson McDonald. She can't clear the zone as McLaughlin holds the line. Now McDonald knocks the puck off of McLaughlin's stick. McCumber was out in neutral ice waiting for it. Now back on it, Emerson McDonald again. It's knocked away from her. Fit will get it. She'll play it across to the far side for McIntyre. 2:45 and counting left to go. Played ahead. A little bit of a miscommunication there between the Selects as to who was going to receive that pass. Flames take advantage and they push the puck back down into the northern zone. Picked up there by McIntyre. She tries to make a pass to Fit. That was deflected away by Lawrence. Now McIntyre up the wall. Gets it to McHattie. McHattie ties it up as she's met there by McCumber. Also in there is White. Battle continues. 2:18 and counting. McHattie able to work herself free from the Flames players. Gets the puck around to the near side. Sends it ahead, intended for Vint. Vint is tied up immediately. And now the puck played out to center. Working her way forward is Emerson McDonald. She'll get it deep into the Western Flames zone. Back to get it. McCumber. Long lead pass intended for Polchis. She got her stick lifted and the puck goes all the way down the ice. We're going to get an icing call. 1:50 left to go, third period. All tied up at 1. And the Northern Subway Selects will have an offensive zone face-off. We're going to have a time. Did the Flames call their timeout? I thought I saw the Flames. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. I saw one official signal a timeout, or so I thought. And now, what's going on here? We're getting a penalty? Against whom and for what? I missed it. Oh, that was an unsportsmanlike conduct, not a timeout signal. Okay. My apologies. So we're going to get a bench minor for unsportsmanlike, perhaps. And this is a huge power play, and they score! It takes 11 seconds of power play time on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And the Northern Subway Selects. It looks like it's Ailey Glenn who's going to get credit for the goal. And the Selects pick up what could potentially be the game-winning goal after Kate Cook takes an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. At 18:50, we get what could be the game-winning goal. At 18:10 was the time of the penalty. And then at 18:21, just 11 seconds later, Ailey Glenn with the power play goal puts the Selects back out in front. And for Glenn, that is her 14th goal, 37th point of the season, and maybe one of her biggest out of those goals to put the Selects up. And now they hold a lead with 78 seconds left, but they're going to be shorthanded for the last 78 seconds after Hallie Rose McLean takes a slashing penalty. So one power play strikes, the other power play gets a chance to possibly even it up here, as we've got plenty of drama in the late stages of this game. Ailey Glenn's goal, assisted by Jenna Beaton on the power play at 18:21. And now the Flames are going to take their time out to try and set something up here for this last minute and 18 seconds on the power play. What possibly can they draw up is question one. Will Riley Partington come out of the net for this last minute and 18? I think that would most likely be yes, as we see Partington heading to the bench. Yes, she opens the gate, so it's going to be 6-on-4 for 78 seconds with Hallie Rose McLean in the penalty box for slashing. 1:18 left to go, third period. Let's set the stage here. Amy Field in the net. The penalty killers will be Glenn and Beaton as the forwards. It'll be McIntyre and Boyle as the defense. The six attackers will be Folks, Lawrence, Daig, McCumber, Gracelyn Cook, and White. 8 seconds come off the clock as the puck gets tied up along the side of the net, and we'll get a stoppage. 1:10 now left to go. 1:52 left in the penalty, but that really is moot, because if they don't score a power play goal in a minute 10, and they just about did there, a couple of saves by Field, and now the puck goes into the net, but it was batted in with a hand, says the referee, so no goal. A couple of huge saves there by Amy Field, and then the puck was up in the air and knocked in with a hand, says the referee, so it'll stay 2-1. As we get confirmation that was indeed why the goal was waved off. The referee coming over and telling the penalty box it was waved off because the puck was knocked in with a hand. Here's Gracelyn Cook carrying it back in across the line as the faceoff, of course, had to come out of the zone. Bouncing puck. There's a shot by Daig. She scores! Audrey Daig with the power play goal, and we're tied up again at 2. 50.8 seconds left to go in the third period, and we are once again all square. What a wild finish to this hockey game, ladies and gentlemen. This is about as crazy an ending to a game as I have seen in quite a while. Audrey Daig will get credit for the goal. We'll get you the assists on this goal here in just a moment. As two power play goals, one on each side, in the last 2 minutes of this hockey game. Glenn gets the puck ahead to McLean. Lawrence with an assist. McCumber with the other assist on that goal. And for Audrey Daig, that is her 9th goal, 17th point of the season. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 10 seconds on the power play. Audrey Daig, assisted by Annalise Lawrence and Ella McCumber, ties up the game. So now we've had a 1-0 final for the Selects, a 2-1 final for the Selects, and a game that's going to end 3-2 for somebody. And there's a stoppage in play as the puck gets tied up at the front of the net. 7.8 seconds left to go in regulation, and it looks very much like we will indeed have that overtime period. To be honest, I thought if we were going to go to overtime, it would probably be at 0-0. Then halfway through the period, it looked like we'd probably go to overtime at 1-1. Now, it looks like we're going to go to overtime, tied up at 2-2 in a wild finish. Power play goals by each team 49 seconds apart here in the late stages of the third period. I'm going to take a quick break to try and catch my breath. We'll be back with you in just a moment for the overtime period. Folks, you're going to be very glad that I had my microphone turned off there. I don't know if you can tell what song's playing in the background. I'm not going to mention it because, of course, copyright when we go to put this game up to YouTube later, blah, blah, blah. And my daughter, of course, is here working camera for me, turning 48 shades of red as her dad is singing along with the song that was playing here. As I've told her many times, if you're not having fun when you're doing this job, you're not doing this job correctly. We are going to overtime. Shots on goal in the third period ended up 14-11 for the Selects. The three-period total, 48-22. And now the 3-on-3 overtime begins. 5 minutes on the clock. Gracelyn Cook down below the net. Loses the puck to Hallie Rose McLean. Right now out there on the ice, it is McLean with McIntyre and Glenn. Out there against Cook, along with Folks and Daig. There's a shot steered aside by Partington. McIntyre ends up with the puck. She'll play it across to the far side for Glenn. Glenn trying to cut through the couple of defenders. Takes it behind the net. Comes out the near left wing side. Up towards the top of the zone. Circling back down again. Gets a shot away. Partington the save. And the rebound will be cleared all the way out to center ice. Hustling back to get on it is McIntyre. Daig getting in there in a hurry to get some pressure on. McIntyre able to change direction a couple of times to create a little space for herself. Now she'll start to work her way forward as Daig peels away. Pass ahead for Beaton as the language of English just stops working for me for a second. Beaton has the puck knocked off her stick by White. Here's White coming back the other way. She's got Lawrence with her. White comes into the zone. Sends the puck to the end boards, chases it down, takes it into the near corner. Now she'll bring it towards the top of the zone, play it back to the line for McCumber. McCumber trying to get away from Beaton. Gets the shot off. That's knocked down right in front of Amy Field, and Field able to cover up and hang on. And we'll get a stoppage. 3:32 left to go here in the overtime period. A quick reminder, it's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. If nobody scores in that 5 minutes, the game will stay tied. It will end as a 2-2 tie. So they are playing for a possible bonus point here, but the bonus point might not necessarily give them. But here comes Hallie Rose McLean. McLean coming in, and a huge stop on the partial breakaway. Now here's a breakaway coming back the other way as White, Glenn trying to catch up to her. White gets the shot away and Field makes the save. Both goaltenders making saves on breakaway in the overtime period. Now Glenn clears the puck away from the front of the net. She'll make a long lead pass ahead. That's broken up by Daig. Daig stepping down, gets the shot off after Daig scored the goal that tied up the game with under a minute left. Tried to win it there for her team as well. Now coming the other way, here's McLean coming in again. McLean with a blast! And that goes just up over the crossbar. Puck picked up by Cook. She goes to play it back for Daig. That misses her. Cook has to go back and get it again. She'll send it up ahead. Picked up there, although having to wait to make sure that she didn't get caught with a too many players penalty was Folks. Now Folks will pick up the puck along the end boards. Takes it behind the net. Comes out the near side. Gives the puck to Cook. Graceland Cook draws a penalty. It's going to be a power play for the Flames if the Selects are able to get a touch on the puck. Out for an extra attacker is Partington. Pass played back. It comes out to center ice. Guavan goes to play it ahead. And now as the puck is into the feet of the captain, Beaton, we get a head contact penalty called against Lexi McIntyre with 2:16 on the clock. So it'll go to 4-on-3 as my sheet goes for a tumble. Hang on a second here. I got to do this part too. There we go. All right. So with 2:16 to go in the overtime period, a power play for the Western Flames. If they score on the power play, the game is over. It's actually a 4-minute head contact penalty, so the penalty will not expire before the game does. Either it will be a power play goal to win the game for the Flames, possibly a shorthanded goal for the Selects to win the game, or we end this game in a tie. A big save made by Amy Field. These penalty killers have a big job ahead of them for the last minute and 45 seconds. It was a power play goal that tied it up in the last minute. Is there another power play goal left in this game? Or will it end all square? Puck is knocked down by Daig. Daig, who scored the tying goal, gets the puck down. Trying to get a shot away there is White. She couldn't. She'll take it to the wall. Now trying to cut back towards the net again. Has that lane shut down with a great defensive effort by Boyle. Puck ends up with McLean. She'll play it off the wall and out to center. McCumber is on it. McCumber takes it back. Takes a look ahead, gets the puck up to White. She's got Lawrence waiting at the blue line. White will carry it in herself. Gives to Lawrence. Lawrence can't get a shot through as that was blocked by Beaton. Now the puck comes back to the line. Feltmate sends it down. Folks with a shot, and the save made by Amy Field with 56.4 seconds left to go in the overtime period. I said it in the third period. I will say it again. If you can get here tomorrow for this rematch at 12 noon. We're going to get another timeout here. This one taken by the Selects, obviously, as the Flames have already used their timeout. Selects using theirs here in the overtime to try and make sure that they've got all their defensive I's dotted and T's crossed for this last little bit of this hockey game. Again, what is on the line is a extra point in the standings. Both teams have picked up 1 point, the other point up for grabs. It might go undelivered, and we might see this game end in a tie if nobody scores in the last 56.4 seconds. The penalty killers, Beaton with McLean and Boyle. The power play consists of Folks out there with McCumber, Daig, and White. McCumber has the puck. McCumber tries to get a pass through. That goes off a skate. It'll be picked up there by Folks. Now she gets it to Daig. Back to the line for McCumber. McCumber steps into a shot. Save made by Field. Steered towards the corner. Trying to tie it up along the wall there is Beaton, but the Flames are able to bring it back out. Here's McCumber. Another shot and another save made by Field, and she'll hang on for a face-off. 29 seconds left to go in the overtime period. Power play for the Flames will not end before the game does. Draw one by the Flames. Here's Daig with the puck. Daig gets a shot away. And I don't know if Field got a piece of that or if it went wide on its own. Comes out to center. Here's McCumber. She plays it back up the wall to White. 16 seconds left. White in across the blue line. White gets a shot away, and Field kicks that one aside. Back on the stick of White again. Back to the line for Daig. Daig tees into one. There's a shot with a deflection, and it ends up going just wide. 3 seconds left to go. And we are going to see this game end in a 2-2 tie. Sometimes the only word you can use to describe a game is wow. This is one of those games. The only word is wow. What an effort by a shorthanded Flames team that only had, 13 skaters today? Something like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 13 skaters. A team that had not picked up a point in the standings against the Selects this year, had lost to them twice by a single goal. How about Riley Partington? 49 saves on 51 shots for Riley Partington. How about Amy Field? 27 saves on 29 shots, including facing 11 shots in the third period and facing 7 shots in a 5-minute overtime. Yes, shots in the overtime, 7-3 for the Flames, in part thanks to that power play. But Amy Field stopped 7 of 7 in overtime to keep the game tied and not allow their opponents, the Western Flames, to pick up the bonus point. Both teams come away with 1 point, and they get to do this all again tomorrow, and so do we. Until then, on behalf of my awesome camera person, Rose, thank you so much for a great job. This is Michael Petter saying, may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score once again, a thrilling 2-2 tie between the Northern Subway Selects and the TNT Western Flames. Until tomorrow at noon, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.